I'm going on my final road trip for this year. Right now, I'm just leaving San Diego, heading towards Phoenix. Gonna stop at Oregon Catcus National Monument for the evening. So on this road trip, eventually I am going to end up in Albuquerque. I'm going to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival, the annual event there. So sometime next week I'll get there. Right now I'm just slowly making my way over. I was going to do this Ajo Mountain Loop drive in the morning, but since I'm on a somewhat tight schedule and there is still daylight, I might as well do this drive in the late afternoon. Doing a little bit of off-road adventuring in Arizona. Late evening, it's not too hot, quite pleasant actually, and then there's nobody around, so it's perfect. Very interesting scenery here. There's a natural bridge up there, and late in the evening the moon is out. And I am continuing on the loop to finish it up in about 10 more miles. Beautiful morning here at Oregon Pipe National Monument, Twin Peaks Campground. With the government shutdown, I just found out that some of the national parks and national monuments that I was going to visit are not going to be open. So made some last minute detour in my plan. In this next stop, I am going to the Kartchner Caverns State Park in Arizona. That's just a 100 plus 200 miles from Oregon Pipes. Going to the Kartchner Cavern cave tour. The big room and the rotunda room. Unfortunately, you cannot take photographs or video inside the caves unless you take a specialized tour, so no pictures or video. I did stay camp overnight at the state park, and the next day I did a quick hike to the area behind the campground, which is right adjacent to the caverns. Thanks to the government shutdown, I actually found this incredible national monument. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this name correctly, Chiricahua National Monument. If you are in the area, I think this is a must visit. And thanks to the government shutdown, I can just drive straight through. This is a very scenic and picturesque road to the top, but it's very narrow and windy. So if you have a long trailer with you, you will need to unhook and drop off at the beginning of the drive. There's limited parking up here at the top, but I don't think it is an issue because
The National Monument is kind of out of the ways, so not too many people will make the effort to come up this way. That's my assumption. But once you get up here to the top, definitely you need to stop and do a little hike around the area. The hike itself, it's pretty easy, not strenuous at all. I took the first trail right next to where I park, and this is what I found. Lots of very unique rock column formations dotted all over the mountains.
So right in front is the Sugarloaf Mountain. That's the highest accessible point in the Chiricahua National Monument. So right at the very top, there's actually a fire lookout. Not sure if this will show up right there. Maybe I'll zoom in some more. That will be kind of cool to visit. So here's an exhibit building. Let's see what it is. From the exhibit building at Mossy Point. Okay, according to this placket here, that would be Harris Mountain, where you see the zigzagging up the mountain. So that mountain range up ahead is called the Cochise Head. This is the Sugarloaf Mountain Trail. It's going to take me up to the top of the summit where the fire lookout is supposed to be. Up at the very top. Off we go. Started over there at the parking lot. And just slowly, gradually wind my way around the mountain. Interesting. Now coming to another viewpoint, panoramic viewpoint of the whole valley below. Pretty incredible. .7 miles in, almost there. Actually, I see the fire lookouts directly ahead. Arrive at the summit. This is the Sugarloaf fire lookout. It's not manned at this moment, but the structure looks good from the outside. lot of water stored. I think they collected the water from the rain gutters. That's my guess. Turkey caldera. Straight up front. Used to be a volcano. Now it's a caldera right in front. That whole section there. And obviously they talked about fire management, given that they have a fire lookout over here. And they even have a toilet. It's not locked, so you can use it. Sugarloaf Mountain Fire Lookout. Alright, to reward myself for making all the way up here, I'm gonna have some Korean barbecue beef jerky. I'm not sponsored, I just happened to purchase them. I saw them at Costco, and this is like snack bites bags, so easy for me to take with me. Just to have something to snack on. If Golden Island want to sponsor me, you are more than welcome. All right, time to bid farewell. Heading out. Just an amazing view. Can't get enough of it. This would be incredible at night on a moonless night. I can imagine what the stars looks like.
Okay, time for me to head to my overnight spot. Continuing to head east, I am staying overnight at Rockhound State Park in New Mexico, a wonderful little campground. Continuing east, I was going to stop at White Sands National Park, but unfortunately, with the government shutdown, they were closed as well. So I moved on to my next overnight stop at Oliver Lee State Park, also in New Mexico. That's also a wonderful campground. This is a little bit of a longer drive, but I am finally heading towards Albuquerque, my intended destination. The rain really came down hard in this section. And just like that, I got myself literally a free car wash, and now I'm in the clear. And I have finally arrived. So after checking in, they are taking me to my spot in the front 8 on the RV East lot, which is one of the best spots overlooking the field. When time permits, I shall spin up another video specifically on the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.